Hi everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. Today we're at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport, and this is the entry-level SUV for Mercedes Benz. It's their luxury compact model, the GLB 250. This obviously is a 2022 model, and if you're looking for an entry-level compact luxury SUV, well, this is definitely a good one to consider. It has a very spacious interior, not only for passengers, but also for cargo. We'll get to all of that in just a little bit. It is a nice vehicle to drive around in. It handles well, it has a good ride, and has a reasonable amount of power under the hood based on what you will find there. And one thing that will be interesting to show here, a lot of people always ask about the turn signal indicators being built into the side view mirrors. Yes, you do have that here, and this is not going to be the highest trim level that you can get. There is your remote, what that's going to look like. You'll notice remote start is not there, but you can get that through the Mercedes Me app. But here's the cool thing, is that you can hit the lock button. Those are power folding side view mirrors. So that's always good to know. I know that's a popular feature among many people. You're gonna find a very bold look on the front end. Very nice look with the way the turn signal indicators surround the headlight housing as they do. Also fog lights down there on the lower portion of the bumper. But you might wonder, what exactly is under the hood? Let's pop that up and take a look. Here under the hood is the 2-liter single turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It puts out 221 horsepower and 258 foot-pounds of torque. And a lot of people are probably going to say, that's underpowered. Well, we'll find out on the test drive if that is really true. But here's the big advantage, especially right now at the time that I'm making this video with gas prices being really high. 24 miles per gallon city, 32 out on the highway, a combined total of 27. And according to Mercedes Benz, per every 100 miles you drive this GLB 250, you should use 3.7 gallons of gas. That's not too bad. And for what this is, being a base model, it's not the highest end, doesn't have as many options as some have. I like the fact that it does have the hydraulic strut right here to open the hood. That way, if you do open the hood, you don't have to go hunting around for any of those rods to put up and manually put it in place. It's just a lot simpler process. If you're wondering what's new with the 2022 GLB 250, there are minor changes to feature availability and basically the way those are packaged. And there is a new AMG night package that's coming. I can't wait to get my hands on one of those. We'll definitely show it to you here on the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel when that happens. I mentioned earlier that there is a large amount of cargo space within the interior. Well, let's talk about exactly what that is. 22 cubic feet on the minimum end, all the way up to 62 cubic feet. And let's just see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. There's your cargo cover, which is removable, by the way. That's not permanently, if I can get that out of my mouth, permanently affixed in place. And here's how you're gonna maximize your cargo space. On this model, you're gonna find a release right here. You can pull on that, and down the seats go. And as you can see, you do have a pass-through right here. So if you want to put whatever it is, maybe you're going skiing in the mountains or something like that, your skis can fit through here, or whatever you want to put right there. But it's nice to know that that feature is there. And something else that's here that might be a little bit of a surprise. You do have really kind of a split sunroof, but somewhat along the lines of a panoramic sunroof. And if you open the gas door right here and you notice the QR code and you're wondering exactly what is that, that is for first responders in the event of an accident. If anyone's trapped and they need to cut into the vehicle, they can scan this with their phone. It will actually show them a schematic of the vehicle and where all the charges are for the airbags and the airbags themselves, so they know what to do and what to avoid to keep everybody safe. And we'll take a quick look here. You could put a nice blender bottle right here. Your protein powder will be safe right there. You can shake that up driving down the road, at least the rear seat passengers can. And then we'll hop in here. Gonna have the dual air conditioning vents here on the rear of the console, in addition to some connectivity in the way of the USB ports right here, and a power outlet right there that can stow away when necessary. And also the map pockets are really kind of map nets. That's more of a net material than a pocket material, right? Is there such a thing as pocket material? Well, that should be interesting to hear about down in the comments section. We'll take a look in through the passenger side door, a little bit larger door bin right there, so maybe a protein powder bottle, or a blender bottle I should say, and some snacks right here in the rear area. Heated seats here in the front seat, so there's the control for that. Now these are manually adjustable seats, everything to adjust lumbar. You can adjust the angle of the rear area of the seat right here, the seat back, and then obviously down here you can move the seat back and forth. And a quick look into the glove box, there is a reasonable amount of space in there. That's a pretty large glove box. For the most part, the driver's side door, not going to be much different than what we saw on the passenger side. You can control the mirrors and turn the child safety locks on and off and all that good stuff right there. Here is the control for the headlights and all that. Power parking brake, can turn those fog lights on and off. And this is a adjustable steering wheel. The steering wheel is fully adjustable, tilt and telescopically, although it's manually adjustable. And if you want to make those blinkers on the front end that I showed you earlier blink, well, here's how you do that. You push this into the up position to make the right side work, and into the down position to make the left side work. That way you know how to use your blinkers. This model is equipped with blinkers, by the way. Shifter paddles here on the steering wheel, so you can drive spiritedly in your GLB 250, and your steering wheel mounted controls, everything you need is there. And you can go through quite a bit on the dashboard. I'm just using the mini trackpad, as I like to call it. I know that's not the official Mercedes-Benz name for it, but you can see what you have there and all the different features and functionality that you can go through. And then you've got your center touch screen right here, chock full of quite a bit of information. For being an entry-level model for Mercedes-Benz, you still get a lot here. We'll go in here to light, just to show you that you do have your ambient lighting, just like you normally would. We won't really be able to show that as well today, but you still get the 64 color selection, so that's always a good option. It's just going to be kind of hard to show the brightness, I think, today, just because of the fact that, well, it's a bright, sunny day. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can pair your smartphone, all that good stuff. And we'll go into reverse and take a look at your cameras. And not just one camera, that's the good thing here. You've got the overhead 360-degree view camera there. We'll hit some other options here to show you what's here. For the price point and what you get here, I think you get quite a bit. So multiple camera views, definitely not going to have any trouble seeing around the vehicle. And we'll go back into park. In fact, here's something interesting. Let's see how many of you know. What model of vehicle has a very similar shifter to this? I'm not going to say any hints or anything like that, but it's not a Mercedes-Benz. In fact, it's not actually, well, I better not say too much, but tell me if you know, because I'm about to give that away. And you can see some of the ambient lighting here. It's nice that that blue shows up, but it's all throughout the vehicle. You can maybe see a little bit there around the door panel also. So that definitely gives a nice effect. The Mercedes-Benz kind of classic look on these air conditioning vents and everything to control the air conditioning right here, as you can see. So you've got dual zone climate control right here. You can sync those together if you want to. And right down here, more connectivity. You've got space right here to put your phone. Now, wireless charging is available. It's not on this particular model, but it is available if you are interested in that. And then we've got cup holders right here and some one-touch features around the mini trackpad, or the trackpad, I should say. That's not the mini trackpad, that's the large trackpad, the full size. If you're like Monk and you don't want to get fingerprints on your screen, well, you can still use this the same way the old system worked, with the trackpad and just making all your selections down here. Here is your mode selector for driving modes, and there are multiple driving modes here. Let's take a look at exactly what those are. So you've got individual, sport, comfort, and eco. If you want to take it nice and easy, well, there's eco mode for you. And you can see very nice graphics on the screen right there as well, and several just one-touch buttons. You got your active park assist right there, control for radio volume. You can turn that on or off or mute that. It's super simple to figure out. And if you're wondering what this is, well, that's for your wrist to rest on to make it easier to use that trackpad. And the Bombay doors right here will open those up and show you what's in there. We'll take that out just so we can show you a little bit more into the depths of the console. It's actually pretty deep right there. So quite a bit of space, quite a good bit of great features throughout the interior of this model. And even though this model isn't as fully spec'd out as it could be, a lot of you ask me often to do lower trim levels, and so essentially that's kind of what we're doing today. But obviously there are a lot of features that you can easily add to the GLB 250 that we didn't see here today. All right, the big test here. I'm in sport mode. We're gonna see how well this GLB 250 accelerates, and I'm gonna tell you what, not even at half throttle. I mean, maybe a little over quarter throttle right there. I must say, I'm pretty impressed. Let's go to the other extreme and go to Eco. Can I tell a difference? A little bit, but even in Eco mode, that's a bit of a surprise. Even in Eco mode, this little model gets down the road with absolutely no problem. So obviously, if you're looking to save the most gas, well, drive in Eco mode. And yes, I think I did just say gassed. I meant to say gas. That's just one of those things, but we're going to keep filming here. But I'll tell you what, so far I am very surprised. And one of the interesting things about what I've experienced here is that some of the reviews that I read in my research of this little GLB is that people were saying it's not much fun to drive. But to be honest with you, that has not been my experience. And remember, I am a major high performance enthusiast with a drag racing background. So for me to say it's actually fun to drive, that says a lot. That's just the way it is. So if you want kind of the ultimate feedback in that respect, well, there you go. But I really like this if you're looking to get into a Mercedes Benz, but maybe you're pretty young or just don't want to spend a ton of money or whatever the case is. This is a great place to start. It's not hurting for horsepower, in my opinion. Now, if you had more passengers in here, well, maybe it'd be a little bit of a different story. I don't know. But I have to admit, everything has impressed me so far. The acceleration is solid. The ride quality is good. It really feels tuned very well for the road. That's probably the best way I can put it without saying too much more. Let's try that on for size, so to speak. Steering wheel is comfortable. I must say, I like the feel of the steering wheel. It's pretty large as far as what you wrap your hand around, but it's not so big that it's too big. I think just about anybody would be comfortable with this, but you feel in control. You don't feel like the steering wheel is too small or anything like that. If you've ever driven a vehicle with something like that, well, you probably understand what I'm saying and why I'm saying that. And the handling characteristics are actually pretty good as well. You might not expect that to be the case. I know that I'm not going to be able to get out on the road and really test that out too aggressively, but let's face reality. Somebody who buys something like this compact luxury SUV is likely not looking for the best handling vehicle or the fastest thing out there or anything like that. But what they are going to get is a really nice entry-level luxury SUV, luxury compact SUV that has enough power to definitely take care of business. It handles well. It actually, I think it's pretty fun to drive. Unfortunately, the person in front of me is apparently doesn't think it's fun to drive the speed limit because they're driving under it. But oh well, there's not much I can do about it at the moment except just tell you about my brief experience in the GLB 250. Do I think it's worth buying? Yeah, I think it is. Depending on your situation, this could be the ideal vehicle. It's fun. It's not meant to be sporty, but honestly, it has a little bit of that sporty flair to it. Mercedes Benz is really good with that. The technology here is easy to use, and there is one thing I haven't shown yet, so let's see if we can do this real fast. We're going to mute that just so we don't get anything we don't need. But let's do this. This is the Mercedes Benz user experience, the MBUX, and you can talk to Mercedes. So let's do that. Hey Mercedes. Turn the ambient lighting to green.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
And that's just one of multiple colors you can ask for, that's true, but multiple commands you can give or questions you can ask. If you're cold, you can ask her to change the temperature, or you can just say, I'm cold, or I'm hot, or whatever the case may be. And since that slowpoke got out from in front of us, we'll just come through here and do kind of a soft handling test, if you know what I mean. We're not going too terribly fast, but I just want to see how the GLB 250 handles the road going through some corners right there. And not too bad, really. I'm not pushing hard by any means, but I can tell that it handles well. And really, for what it is, I am quite impressed. For the price point where this model falls, yeah, I think you're doing pretty well. You can obviously add a lot of features, a lot of options that aren't here. So depending on your situation, well, this may or may not be the right vehicle for you, but I tell you what, if it is, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. So tell me down in the comments what your thoughts are on the 2022 Mercedes Benz GLB 250. Is it the ultimate entry-level luxury compact SUV? Sure has a lot of features and functionality just as it sits. Like I said, there's a lot more that you can add. Got to say a special thanks to my friends here at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport for loaning me this model for the day, and all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another of the videos that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.